Before the video starts, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Today, the Father says, I call you up to your power in my kingdom. I recognize your authority. Being a believer confers a certain level of authority. As a person who believes, I have determined that you are the conduit through which things are done or are not done in the earth. You should move forward in order to oppose it whenever you sense fracture and confinement. In the areas where you observe the effect and footprint of the adversary on a situation, you should take action to dispute all that he is trying to keep other people hostage. Asking, appealing, and then looking up at the sky in anticipation of what I will do next are not the appropriate ways to proceed. What exactly are you holding in your hand? Are you aware of the honor that I have bestowed upon you? While Moses was standing on the banks of the Jordan River, he instructed the people to wait for him. His lack of comprehension stems from the fact that I had placed a staff of authority in his hands with the intention of dividing the rivers and bringing the people across without any harm. Waiting and watching is the essence of religion, especially of the dead religion. Living in the kingdom is all about commanding and dominating. It is now time to begin ruling and reigning. You should not agree to participate in a spiritual experience that does not include your miracle. In a professed walk with me that does not see miracles, signs, and wonders, you must refuse to continue for one more second. It is time to get rid of the worn-out clothes of faith that is weak and worthless, as well as the religious thinking that is lifeless and worthless. You are a member of my tribe. I will follow those who are called by my name, and there will be signs that follow them. In the event that this is not the case for you, then you know that something is utterly and completely incorrect. What I shall do next is not something that needs to be waited for. When it comes to my realm, observation is not a factor. Be quick to act. Get moving right away. Raise your voice now in defiance of the deceptions of the adversary and proclaim your miracle. Things are about to shift. In my word, I have promised that you will taste and see everything that I have promised. According to what the Father has to say about the situation today, the tide is turning. I think it is important for you to know, my beloved, that the tide is turning for you in a serious way. What you have done is that you have sown, and sown some more. You have thrown your bread into the river, and just as I have promised in my word, it is now coming back. It is coming back right now. When the tides of the river of your life are constantly moving, my favor will be visible in the midst of those changes. The profound blessings that I have bestowed upon you are going to arrive soon. According to the Father, there are deposits, reservoirs, and gifts that I have been storing up for you, and it is now time for the tide to change in your favor. I have been putting these things up for you forever. There will be no further delays in the future. Even though you have been waiting for a very long time, you will finally begin to see the thing that you have been waiting for. If you have never been through this before, you should get a journal and a pen because you need to make sure that you take detailed notes. The things that are good for you should be written down, and you should keep a record of what I bring you. The Father adds that it is going to be something that happens on a daily basis. This new season of streaming in of my blessing will begin as a trickle, but it will flow into a river. It will be like a trickling in of the goodness of my kingdom. It will swiftly become a surplus that will stack up to all your heart's desires before I am finished performing what I am going to accomplish. Purpose to cooperate afresh and anew. Make new commitments and reverse those judgments of the past where you said, "It is just too hard, I can't do it, I can't live it." Yes, you can, says the Father, for I am with you. There's a place for you here by me. Come and stand by me. Let me cover you with my wings. Let me surround you with my feathers. Let me hide you in the place of the rock that is hollowed out for you. Rest in me as you watch and you enjoy the goodness that passes before you this day. The Father says today, command your spirit, your human spirit, to listen to my voice. New instructions are coming. I will speak once, yes, twice in a dream, in a vision of the night. I will come in conference and commune with you in the night. I will impart to you specific steps whereby you will obey and listen and see changes begin to take place you have petitioned me for. You will pick up the phone, make the calls, write the checks, and do the things that I have affirmed more than once, saying to you, yes, that's me, go ahead and act. It's all about rearranging and reordering some things to bring order out of chaos and peace out of conflict and disharmony. As you obey, you will walk yourself, I say walk yourself, into breakthrough and a whole new set of positive life circumstances. Those things in your life that have been non-functioning, exasperating and frustrating, I am changing all of that. I am bringing change, change, change and change. I have written the word change over your heart and over the doorposts of your life. This is the time of the turnaround. This is the hour when the enemy gets plowed under and the seeds of blessing and obedience produce in your life a whole new crop of my goodness and my favor. Yes, it is more than you can ask or think time, says the Father. This is that experience where you receive the things that haven't even entered into your mind and heart. I hear your prayer even before you ask and respond to your petition in the hour you least expect. The things that seem far off and far away are nearer, I say, even at the door. So get up and open the door of your expectation and your faith, for my favor is knocking even now. I am your provider, proclaims the Father in this day and age. I am capable of meeting all of your needs. I am the Jehovah Jireh among you. In the same way that Abraham, when faced with a difficult situation, recognized that I would be the ram standing in the thicket, I will be the obvious provider of everything that is needed in your life at the precise moment that you require it. Have faith in me. It is not acceptable to rely on the arm of flesh. Avoid thinking about, meditating on, or worrying about the worst-case scenario as much as possible. That occurrence is not going to take place. I am on the right path and on the right path, and nothing will stand in the way of my deliverance. Merely have faith. Have no fear. There is no filth in my fear, which is the fear of the Lord. There is no other dread that is cleansed. As feelings of intimidation and terror begin to rise up to overpower you, all you need to do is laugh. You need only to bury your head in my bosom and focus your attention to my fidelity in order to laugh the laugh of faith. It is impossible for me to abandon you, and I will never fail to provide for you. Simply have faith in me. As a result of the fact that you have placed your faith in me and in the covenantal provisions of my word, you will be able to witness the suffering of your soul and still feel content. Because of me, your hearing has not been as good as it could be, but I am going to change all of that. I am increasing the volume of my voice until you are able to hear me clearly over the din and color of the experiences that are occurring all around you, as well as other voices that are speaking in a manner that is contradictory to my nature. Become completely absorbed in my word. A story will, in some way or another, have an effect on your life and will have an effect on what the future holds for you. The story of my word should be told through this. My word is meant to be the dominant narrative that fills your mind and your thoughts. It is not meant to be the story of the world or the words, images, and thoughts of the world that are continuously bombarding you. Put an end to all of that. Refuse to allow yourself to be entertained or held hostage by the vain fantasies of vain men and women who do not show any respect or reverence to me. There is a spirit that is responsible for their imaginations, and if you allow it to do so, it will contaminate my altar. Purge the altars of your attenuation that are located within you, and be aware that as you provide a sacrifice that is free of impurities, heaven will reward you with a favorable reaction on your behalf. In this day and age, the Father declares that I will make a repair of everything that is broken in your life. There are relationships that have been severed to the point of total and complete exasperation, and relationships that have been severed where I have merely walked away that I am attempting to mend. You are not need to make any additional efforts because I am stepping into the matter. In point of fact, the Father instructs you to remove your hands. You must put your faith in me. Through the power of my sovereignty, I am putting back together what has been broken and split apart. My presence is bringing love to places where there has been hostility. In situations where there has been dispute, I am bringing about accord. There will soon be harmony that will replace disharmony. Things are beginning to turn around. Your feet are experiencing a shift in the spiritual topography underneath them. When you look in places where there has only been darkness and confusion, you will see my hand. Make a shift in your perspective. It is imperative that you make a concerted effort to stop looking down that lengthy tunnel of hopelessness and despair. In this day, you should not allow yourself to be discouraged by looking at things. It is not a gloomy view at all. This day, my word guarantees that the promise will be fulfilled for you. You and others around you will be able to observe my hand at work, and even my words will come out of your mouth with a level of wisdom that is beyond your capacity or understanding. The words of reconciliation are about to be said. From point on, the conversation will no longer consist of tirades of resentment, words of transferring blame, or words of leveling guilt. Right now, my love is opening up to you. The manifestation of my love and forgiveness is becoming more apparent. It is time for you to get ready, says the Father, since the change is coming. Do you think that I am capable of accomplishing this task? If this is the case, then it will be according to my word, says your God. As of today, the Father has communicated to you that my blessing is on its way to you. You are going to experience blessings in many different aspects of your life, both in terms of your financial situation and the level of favor you have been walking in. Previously, there has been a leanness of favor and a leanness of blessing. Nevertheless, at this moment, I am trying to make your bones obese. It is to your great advantage that I am making your spiritual bones thick with the fatness of my goodness. This is a very beneficial thing for you. I am also moving in order to improve your relationships and to cause you to experience a higher level of closeness with my spirit. I am surrounding you like a shield in order to protect you from things that you are aware there are things that you need to be protected against. Those who would exploit you and take advantage of you will not be able to locate you or obtain entrance into your life. Additionally, those who are nasty and unsafe will not discover you. You will now walk out into freedom and liberty, having escaped the snare that the enemy has set against you. I will now turn around situations that have been damaging to you. The Father says, from today, you will have a better understanding of the surroundings and the circumstances that surround you, as well as a better ability to see and sense them. I will provide you with an X-ray vision in terms of discernment. When words of deception are said, you will cut right through it and say, no, this is what is really going on. And they will admit it because it will be so evident that I am with you and looking out for everything that you are going through. According to the Father, the enemy's scheme will be stopped, and the frustration and stress that have been present over the course of the past several months will be alleviated. The time has come for you. This is the year that the Lord has chosen to be acceptable for you. At this very moment, I am leading you to walk in a divine clarity that is as keen as a razor. You will be able to see things and know things that you need to know at the precise moment when you require them. You are not going to be late. As a result, you will not fall short. As you make your way toward the goal line, the angels of heaven who have been assigned to you are rushing ahead to eliminate the obstacles that stand in your way. The task that I entrusted to you will be completed successfully by you. As time goes on, you will discover that you are becoming more and more financially blessed both going in and coming out in everything. This means that the enemy's restraining and resisting force has been broken. Because this is my promise and this is my share in your life on this day, you can now enter into a yoke that is easy and a burden that is light now. Through the word that I have spoken to you, the Father makes it clear that you are now free from all impurities. Despite the fact that you may feel impure, you should know that I have purified you. Even though you may have a hard time overcoming feelings of self-loathing and diminishment, you should realize that I am your purification and your advancement. In the same way that I hurried to meet the prodigal when he came to me, I will hurry to meet you at the precise moment that you look for my mercy in your life. You have been set free. You have been purified. As a result of your previous failures and devastation, I declare that you are free from every stain of sin. Those who want to lead you to live in the shadow of accusation and the pointing of the finger are the adversary of your soul. They are the ones who bring back the past and try to bring you back to that time. I have cleansed what I have called unclean, and I declare this to you in the same way that I told Peter in the past. Bring yourself into accordance with my word and evaluate yourself not by the things that have happened in the past or by the opinions of others, but by the testimony of my word that purifies you that is contained inside your heart. The Father encourages you to forgive yourself. Remember that I see you as I see you. Yes, you are clean. You have been purified. Your feet have been cleaned with my cleansing word, just as the woman who washed my feet with her tears bathed my feet with her tears. Despite the fact that you have made some poor choices in the past and experienced some harsh disappointments, the importance that I have on you as my child has not diminished. It is acceptable. This reality should be enforced as a fact over every self-recrimination that occurs within your own heart and every high glance that occurs against you from some individuals who are lacking. When other people look down on you or bring up the past, you should refuse to go back to that time. In the words of the Father, do not go there. The roof of your mouth should be the target of your tongue's cleavage. Never respond to those who criticize you. Even though the blood that was poured at Calvary was evident over your life in vivid reality, there are some people who will never forgive because they have not forgiven themselves enough. Not to be one of those people. It is okay. Let go of it. God bless you. Release yourself. It is the Father who says, I release you. You have been set free. Today, the Father instructs us to be ready to deal with the things that are familiar to us in the days ahead. Throughout your life, in the areas of relationships and finances, there are some experiences and certain territories that you are traversing and that are being covered, and they will appear to be familiar territory to you. This does not mean that you are walking in circles, nor does it indicate that you are in the wilderness in the truest sense of the word. As a God, I am one who never forgets the seeds of obedience that were planted in the years gone by. A crop of trust was planted by you in the past, and you exerted effort, but it did not appear to produce any noticeable results. Although you were faithful in the thing that I called you to, the benefit that you desired did not come to you as a result of your faithfulness. These are the areas that we will be revisiting soon. The fruit of your loyalty will not be allowed to cast its young without my intervention. You have sown the seed of faith, and I declare to you that you will be rewarded for the thing that you have been believing for such a long time. Therefore, you need not be concerned if the landscape in your life is not shifting at the rate that you would like it to. I am currently working, and I am working in your favor and in your defense at the same time. The things that your heart is set on and the things that you long for against hope are being brought forth from the fallow land of previous failures. I am working to bring them forth. To answer your question, yes, there have been inquiries and there have been inquiries, and I agree that this is acceptable in my eyes. Despite the fact that you may have been instructed to never question, the Father wants you to be aware of the fact that there are questions that you have asked me that are acceptable, and I am causing your ears to hear and your heart to receive them at this time. You have inquired and you have sought me out for clarification, and asking me for explanation is not an indication of uncertainty. Not only will I provide you with understanding, but I will also provide you with triumph. This is the moment and the season in which the heavens will hear the earth, and the earth will hear the heavens. Breakthrough will occur as a result of the fact that I am extending my treasuries to you with great joy and the anticipation that your deepest heart's desire and your greatest dream will be fulfilled. The Father instructs us to learn how to pray in a profound manner today. In order to truly seek my face, you must discipline yourself to make the time and take the time to separate yourself from the world and all of its distractions. The Father announces that there is a reward for those individuals who come to me in the press. Criticizing the reality of the depths of my spirit by individuals who have no taste for larger realities in me has become a popular trend in recent years. Dismiss any and all such thinking. All those who are sitting on the seat of the scornful should be abandoned. It is best to steer clear of the advice of those who choose to walk in the path of wrong, which is to say, those who refuse to question the assumptions of unbelief and mockery of my message. On this day, I am calling you to return to the simplicity of spirit that is present with all those individuals who have approached my throne in truth and have emerged with the solution to their problem. He instructs you to learn how to pray in a very large manner. In accordance with what I have stated in my word, may it be so that it is shown to you. It is through hearing and hearing by the word that faith is gained. When you ask me for the impossible on a daily basis, the depth of your anchor in my word and the dimensions of expectancy that you have are directly proportional to your ability for providing responses that are significant. My son and daughter, what I am trying to convey to you is that you are not thinking as big as you should be. By allowing individuals who have limited visions for you to influence your thinking, you have permitted them to do so. One who refers to themselves as a teacher is of the opinion that the only way to achieve great things for themselves is to belittle other people. As a result of this, they teach lofty things, but on the other hand, you end up feeling smaller. There is nothing that you have done that is incorrect. Simply put, you are putting your energy into the incorrect place. Go to a higher level. Adopt the realities that breathe the expansion of who I am in your life and bring them into your life. If this is the case, then dominating the water by walking will be as simple as getting out of bed in the morning. Consequently, everything that you say and do will start to have the same level of impact as if I had said it, or did I say it? The time has come for you to take action and fulfill the promise that I have made to you in your life. This is your portion. In today's message, the Father declares that you are purchased with a price. You are a priceless possession in my eyes. You should no longer allow yourself to become engulfed in crippling and terrible emotions of self-doubt. There is no basis for raising any doubts. No need to have doubts about me, and no reason to have doubts about yourself, for I am a part of you. In the absence of faith, There is a void that is filled by doubt and unbelief rather than faith. It is through hearing and hearing by my word that faith is gained. The spiritual hearing is impeded by doubt. Doubt is amplified and the truth of my word is watered down when there is a dense religious structure. It is inside you that the truth of the Greater One resides. The truth is that when my word is abundantly present in you, it transforms you into someone who is incapable of failing. In order to mold you, I do not employ failure as a tool. Given that I am not a failure, I would like to know how failing can make you more like to me. Put an end to all of this petty thinking. Foster your confidence in God. Have faith in God and His Word. Have the kind of faith that God has. It is not in the force of the soul or the positive mental consent that you should assert yourself. Rather, it is in the dynamic power of my presence in your life that will instruct you on how to achieve success and fulfillment. Immerse yourself in my word. Please let the story that is told in my word to direct, and establish you. You need to detach yourself from the story of your internal uncertainties or your external fears. Due to the fact that I am who I am on the inside of you, there is nothing that can prevent you from moving forward with your dreams. Participate in my truth. Embrace the discipline that comes from my truth. I want you to give yourself over to the completeness of who I am on the inside of you until my word becomes that live letter that describes the entirety of everything that I have promised before not just in theory, but in actual experience. This day, the Father encourages us to reject fear. The thing that you are most afraid of is precisely the thing that I want you to assault and attack with the weapons of heaven that I have provided you with. Don't give in to doubt. There is no need to retreat. Drawing back is not something that my soul enjoys doing. It is only the dread of the Lord that is pure, while all other fears are impure. It is important to recognize that you are being harassed by an impure spirit whenever you are being attacked by dread. It is not acceptable for you to give in to perversion or immorality, thus, you should not give in to fear either. Because fear is a spirit, it will flee from you if you put up a fight against it. Figure out how to sprint in the direction of the roar. In order to overcome fear, you should sprint to the roar of the adversary who is so obviously threatening you. Do not allow yourself to be held back by intimidation or to let anxiety decide what you will or will not do. Refuse to let these things happen. Remember little David, who came to the war as my champion. Bring him to your mind with this. In spite of King Saul's false bravado, he refused to put on the armor of the king. Using the straightforward tools that he used to tend to his father's herds, he was able to bring down the enormous beast that far more powerful men in Israel had been trembling over for several days. This day, behave like David. Choose to be my champion and go out into the world dealing with the circumstances and situations you are in. Assault the adversary with the rocket of your trust, aiming it squarely in the forehead of his fiery and obstinate certainty that you are no match for him. After that, ride his body like a hind on high places and use the sword of despair that he intended to use to sever his head from his body. He intended to take your life with it. To this day, you are exactly who you are. The situation that you are leaving is just like this. Please be aware that just as I was with David, I am also with you. You are not going to falter. You are not going to fail. It is because of who I am on the inside of you that you will be the recipient of the prize and the winner of the day.